Hey there, I hope everyone's week has ended well. Your weekends are starting off well. We are making our breakfast recipe of this week for Pumpkin Week. We are doing maple pumpkin scones. Sounds really tasty. Oh, I know at the start of the week I said I might do a couple weeks on, then a couple weeks off. I've decided it's going to be 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off for the moment. Just so you know, so there'll be like a week of recipes, a week without, week of recipes, week without. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. Alrighty, we are getting started. We're going to get our dry ingredients together. 1.5 cup flour. Sour. Doing 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, not soda, powder. Fourth of a teaspoon, sorry, they're all kind of turning. 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, I'm gonna move our dry ingredients off to the side there. Oh, forgot, we've got the oven preheating to 425. And we have already lined our sheet with foil and then sprayed it. Set it to the side. Didn't want to forget. And we're just gonna get our dry ingredients mixed in there. And I could use a whisk, but I'm gonna need this fork in a minute. So I'd rather just save myself a utensil doing that. All right, then got 2 tablespoons of butter, still chilled, just in a few different pieces. That we're gonna work in there with our fork. We're getting into that kind of mealy, fine meal. Kind of reminds me of like slightly wet sand texture. I'll probably wind up using my hands because I always do. But I like to start with a fork and tell myself, maybe this time. I know it's not going to be the case, but I tell myself anyway, maybe this time it'll work. Okay. And then we get to this moment where just going to break it up and mix it with the hand instead. All right, this will take a second, so I'll let you guys pause. All right, now we're gonna get in our wet. Got 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. There. These are going to be weird measurements. 10 teaspoons of milk. It should also be 3 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of milk. Then 8 tablespoons of maple syrup, which would be, well, 8 tablespoons would be 8 teaspoons would be 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. It'll all be written correctly. I promise. Alrighty. Save that for a little bit later. You guys can go and see. Alright. We're just gonna blend till just incorporated. And the oven's preheated. Yay! Okay, we're getting there. Getting everything just incorporated, just mixed up. All right, one sec. All right, we are getting it into, gonna need my scraper, I think. I'm gonna get onto this. We're gonna shape it into a circle and cut it. This one said you could do that or shape 8 separate ones, up to you. I think this is just a little easier, so I do it this way. Then a little bit of that. Kind of just as shaped as you can into a circle. Kind of a wonky circle, but it works. One sec. All right, and then we're just taking our knife and kind of pre-cutting. We'll kind of cut again right after all comes out. I just remembered I should have floured the knife. Frequently use a pizza cutter, but since we were told to put foil underneath, I knew the pizza cutter would slice through it, so I went with the knife, but I still should have floured it. My bad. Then we've just got about a tablespoon of milk and a teaspoon of milk and a teaspoon of the maple syrup. We're just gonna nicely wash them with it. There we go. Now we're gonna put them in the oven. Let me double check the time. About 14 minutes. We will check on them when they come out. We're gonna do a little drizzle at that time. All right, we're gonna take these out, let them cool for just a few minutes, and then we'll work on our little glaze. See you back in a... All right, now that the scones have cooled, we've gotten a teaspoon and a half of plain Greek yogurt and about probably 3/4 of a teaspoon of some of that maple syrup. So we're just taking it, just kind of drizzling back and forth over our scones. All right, there you have it. Bon appetit. See you later.